wanted to talk to the sheriff, and he's at the Emergency Operations Center, and he's just getting sit down. Sheriff Luna, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. I can only imagine how busy you are. First of all, from a sheriff's perspective, I just kind of wanted to get your operational standpoint, evacuations, things like that. Where do things stand with you guys?
So for us at the Sheriff's Department, we are currently evacuating approximately 19,000 people in the area. They're under evacuation order. That sounds like it's going to be increasing. So before I answer any other questions, just if I can tell your viewers, if you are in these areas and you get an evacuation order, you need to leave. You need to leave immediately. Don't argue. We got to get you out of there. Your life depends on it. If you're in an evacuation warning, I would recommend you gather your things now and you start leaving. Make sure you gather your medicines, your important paperwork, your pets, everything you may need for up to a week to be away from your homes. So right now, just reiterating, we have about 19,000 people that are under evacuation order, 16 or 15,000 that are under evacuation warning. That's going to change. I have a feeling we're going to upgrade that. Something else that's very critical is, as most of you are aware, our Pitches Detention Center is about 3 miles away from this location. It is now under an evacuation order. We are in the process of evacuating 476 inmates. We're in the process of doing that now. And with the recommendation from our fire department, we are sheltering in place for some of our other facilities, but we're constantly evaluating that for the safety of all of our inmates. But we have dozens and dozens of deputy sheriffs out evacuating residences in the neighborhoods where this fire is going based on the information, analysis, and risk that the fire department is giving us. And then as well, concerned about our inmates at this facility.
Yeah, and Sheriff, talk to me about those inmates really quick, because I know you've got 2 facilities there. You have Pitches, and then you've got North County Correctional. North County Correctional's got something like, what, 5 to 7,000 inmates in it? Both of those facilities are under mandatory evacuations, as I understand. What is the logistical operation to undertake an evacuation like that of that many inmates in a secure way?
We have 3 different facilities up there. One of them, we're already in the process of evacuating. 2 others, based on the recommendation from the fire department, are sheltering in place, but we're continuing to monitor that. In regards to the effort, you can only imagine. We have a lot of resources up there. We're sending more. We have our Special Enforcement Bureau that's out there assisting, and we're going to evaluate that as needed. But again, the safety of our inmates, they are under our protection. We're responsible for, and we want to make sure everybody's going to be okay. But it is a significant effort, and our deputies are doing amazing work up there.
Yeah, and Sheriff, talk to me about, you guys are so spread thin right now, right? You've got resources in Altadena, you've got resources in Malibu, and now we're being stretched into a 3rd area. How are your people holding up, and are there enough people working? I know you guys just came off mandatory 12s. Do you guys have what you need, or is the National Guard still here? Where do we stand with all of that?
I'm just going to tell you that the community needs to have confidence in the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department right now. Yes, we are involved in multiple incidences. I think I have the best Sheriff's Department in the country with the best employees. They're going to get the job done. Staffing challenges and all those things that I have on a daily basis, that takes a back seat right now. We have a job to do. We're going to respond. We're going to do the best we can to protect our communities, and they will see a lot of deputy sheriffs. We have the ability to call in more. We've held over the day shift already, getting people in the right places, activating another incident management team. I got to tell you, I am so thankful to the governor, the state of California, Don O'Keefe, the chief from the Office of Emergency Services, was actually here in the command post with me. They're giving me all the resources I need. That's CHP, National Guard, and I have the ability to call in other agencies from LA County as we need.
And Sheriff, you're talking about having the necessary resources and also mentioning that the people really need to be confident in the LA County Sheriff's Department. And we're guessing that that comes from some questions that have been, given to your department and to the city about what happened in the previous fire. So you are letting our viewers know right now that you all have everything that you need to fight this fire.
As we're assessing this and it's evolving, we are gathering more resources to do the job that we need to do. That's why I started this with saying, if you are under an evacuation order, leave now. Warning, you should also leave now. Do whatever you can to help the first responders, because I could tell you from the first fires we were involved in all the way to Eaton, while you're asking this, yeah, there's always going to be questions about what we could do better. That's everybody's job. It's all your jobs, right, to say what could we have done much better. We're going to go through that analysis, but I'm not going to do it right here, right now. I could tell you that my deputies risked their lives to save other people's lives. They did it for the Palisades fire. They did it for the Eaton fire, and they're going to do it today. And they'll continue to do that. And then at the right time, we'll assess everything that we're being questioned about. Legitimate questions, by the way, and I look forward to providing all the information needed to get those answers.
And Sheriff, so much of this firefight is about planning what's next, what's ahead. Looking ahead, what are you expecting?
Right now, obviously, we're focused on this fire, but my staff here at the Department Operations Center, we always have to look around the corner, because something else could start anywhere else in the county, or we could be asked for assistance from neighboring counties. So we are always prepared for that. We have amazing staff here that plans ahead, and we can get the resources necessary to do whatever comes our way.
And a lot of people don't know that even though cities have their own police departments, many times the sheriff's department in a unified command comes in to help other cities, correct?
We have an amazing partnership with all of our law enforcement agencies in Los Angeles County and really in the region. As the sheriff of this county, I am the regional mutual aid coordinator, the chief law enforcement officer. So we do everything we can to assist any agency, whether it's Pasadena, Glendale, Long Beach, Santa Monica, whoever that is. We consistently are communicating with the chiefs of police there. If they need help, we provide it. Sometimes we need their help. We help each other out. I would say that we have probably the best mutual aid system in the entire United States here in Southern California, and really in all of California. Very proud to be a part of it.
Yeah, we saw that, Sheriff, at the Palisades and Eaton fires. That one voice, the unified command, was something very impressive to see come together, and basically getting the information out to the citizens and to our viewers as well. We really appreciate that.
Hey, we're here to serve. And I'll tell you what, when I go out and talk to our deputies who are out there on the line, they love their jobs. They love serving this community, and they don't want to be anywhere else but to be part of this fight that we're in. And whether it ends today or it ends a week from now, we're in the game. We're giving it our all, and I'm very proud of the men and women of the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department.
And Sheriff, I just wanted to have you drill down on one more thing here, because I think one thing that happened during the Palisades fire, even in day 2 of the Palisades fire, is, I talked to some of your search and rescue folks who said people that were hesitant or even refusing to evacuate, all of a sudden were having to walk down these hillsides. Some of them burned very badly because they didn't listen to those evacuation orders. I just want you to paint that picture for us, and why is it so important that these people get out?
It is important, and as I said from the very beginning, nothing you have that is material is worth your life or the life of somebody you love. When you are told to get out, you have to leave, because when you don't, and at the last minute you think, oh my God, my life's in danger, you have other people risking their lives. And I could tell you this from the stories I've heard in the Eaton fire. We had deputies going out, knocking on doors, being on PA systems, trying to get people out, even threatening people for us to arrest them. I have an individual, I heard a story where somebody said, you know what, we were threatened by arrest. We eventually left because of the threat, and our house burned down in an area where people passed away. So it does make a difference. And yes, your story's correct. My deputies are saying we are rescuing people who have burns on them. And remember, when it is at the last minute, it is chaotic. There's smoke everywhere. You can't breathe. You can't see. Do not wait till the last minute. Nothing is worth your life.
And Sheriff, I want to circle back to something you were talking to Mike about the 3 facilities in the area. and evacuating the inmates in those facilities. You have the resources that you need should that need to take place. You have buses or something in place that can evacuate all of those inmates.
And where do they go, Sheriff? Yeah.
Well, right now, because this facility is so large and has multiple facilities on the campus, we'll be transferring our people in custody over to a different facility. Our team is coming up with plans now that will come up, basically the plan B, that they would be being transported to other facilities around the county. And they would be transported by any means possible. But we do have buses that are on the way up there. Thank you to the CHP, an escort of code 3, what they say, lights and siren, to make sure that we have the right resources in the right place. So to everybody on the freeways, if you don't need to be on the freeway, you see a bus, a police car, a motorcycle with lights and siren, you see a lot of activity. Move to the right, let them through. Those vehicles are heading to an emergency situation where we need to act now.
And that's even if they can get close, Sheriff, because we've already been reporting on both sides of the 5 freeway being closed to let emergency vehicles come into this area.
Yeah, and we're working that out with our partners at the California Highway Patrol. We'll figure out a way to get up there. And don't forget, we have deputies coming from different directions, from the north and from the south. So we'll get there. We'll figure out a way.
Sheriff, really quick, I want to just ask one more question about NCCF. You'd mentioned that fire personnel were suggesting to shelter in place. Is that because NCCF is largely all concrete? It's a pretty large block of concrete up there, right?
That is correct. Two of the 3 facilities that we have up there are made of concrete, both PDC North and NCCF. And based on the fire expertise, and they're the fire science experts, they're telling us that if we shelter in place, that that our inmates will be safe. If that changes, that's why we're coming up with other plans to make sure. And just before you ask this question, for the 3 total facilities that are up there, we estimate that we have about 4,589 inmates total. But to clarify, only one of those has been evacuated. That has 479 of our inmates.
And that's Pitches South, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. It seems like, Amy and Juan, we talked about this in Malibu with Pepperdine, right? It almost seems like a similar situation where the facility is, Sheriff, would you agree, kind of designed to be able to be in an okay spot, certainly to be getting close and there'd be flames that can be seen and all of that, but it's almost the similar situation to Pepperdine.
Yeah, that's a good analogy. And it is. And it's not only the building and what it's made out of, but it's where it's located on the campus that makes it more secure based on our fire experts. Again, our fire department, we work together, but they're the ones kind of driving this. They tell us about the fire behavior, the risk assessment, the weather patterns, and then we're there at the table, and then we're doing evacuations based on their expertise.
All right, Sheriff Robert Luna, we appreciate you taking the time. I imagine how busy you are, so we'll let you get back to it, but thanks for joining us.
Thank you all for covering this.
Yep. All right.